Good afternoon, beautiful people. Welcome to Bible in a Year with Lovie. We're reading the Life Application Study Bible, 3rd edition, New Living Translation, for anybody who's interested in following along. Today is day 75. Whoop, whoop. Day 75. So we're going to pick up on Deuteronomy 28. We're going to read 28 and 29, and then we're going to flip over to then we're going to flip over to Mark and finish off chapter 14. So, if y'all hear loud banging in the background, just know that it is storming pretty bad outside. And, you know, nothing like hearing the voice of God, right? Sounds like thunder. Well, in my mind, it sounds like thunder. So, you know, there's that. With that said, man, I really am grateful to y'all, all of y'all who have been following along. The new subscribers, man, y'all just, you know, y'all really give me the courage to just keep doing this and to keep pushing through. And I'm so grateful to y'all. You guys that leave messages for me, man, it means so much to me. It really does. Y'all give me the motivation I need to keep on going the course. So thank y'all for that. Thank y'all. Y'all mean so much to me. And, you know, if these videos are helping you, please, guys, if you'll just please share the videos. Like them and share them. The more you like them, the more YouTube, adds them into, the search list. You know what I'm saying? I'm new to all this, so I'm just still learning myself. But the more you like the videos, and the more you share the videos, the more YouTube then allows the videos to be on search bars when people are looking for things like this. So the object here is not about, exalting me. It's all about God. It's all about the Word. You know, there are people out there who don't have access to the Bible, or maybe struggle with being able to read. And so this, if it's helping you, or maybe you're too busy to be able to actually pick up the Word, if it's helping you, just know that maybe somebody that maybe I can't reach, maybe they need the same thing. So with that in mind, guys, I really appreciate y'all's love and support. And if y'all really want to help in spreading the Word, just like and share the videos. It makes a big, huge difference, believe it or not. And so I love y'all. And if y'all are ready, we're going to start with Deuteronomy 28. And let's dive right in. All right. If you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully keep all his commands that I'm giving you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations of the world. You will experience all these blessings if you obey the Lord your God. Your towns and your fields will be blessed. Your children and your crops will be blessed. The offspring of your herds and flocks will be blessed. The fruit basket, your fruit baskets and breadboards will be blessed. Wherever you go and whatever you do, you will be blessed. The Lord will conquer your enemies when they attack you. They will attack you from one direction, but they will scatter from you in 7. The Lord will guarantee a blessing on everything you do and will fill your storehouses with grain. The Lord your God will bless you in the land he is giving you. If you obey the commands of the Lord your God and walk in his ways, the Lord will establish you as his holy people, as he swore he would do. Then all the nations of the world will see that you are a people claimed by the Lord, and they will stand in awe of you. The Lord will give you prosperity in the land he swore to your ancestors to give you, blessing you with many children, numerous livestock, and abundant crops. The Lord will send rain at the proper time from his rich treasury in heavens, and will bless all the work you do. Boy, he is sending the rain today. He is sending the rain today. I'm saying. I'm going to show y'all in a minute. I'm going to show y'all. When I'm finished reading, I'm going to show y'all what my yard looks like. He is sending the rain. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. You will lend to many nations, but you will never need to borrow from them. If you listen to these commands of the Lord your God that I'm giving you today, and if you carefully obey them, the Lord will make you the head and not the tail, and you will always be on top and never at the bottom. You must not turn away from any of the commands I'm giving you today, nor follow after other gods and worship them. But if you refuse to listen to the Lord your God and do not obey all the commands and decrees I'm giving you today, all these curses will come and overwhelm you. Your towns and your fields will be cursed. Your fruit baskets and breadboards will be cursed. Your children and your crops will be cursed. The offspring of your herds and flocks will be cursed. Wherever you go and whatever you do, you will be cursed. The Lord himself will send on you curses, confusion, and frustration in everything you do, until at last you are completely destroyed for doing evil and abandoning me. Boy, how many of y'all know God is not the God of confusion? So, if you're experiencing a time right now where you're confused and you're frustrated and you're dealing with a lot of chaos, you need to think back on what it is that you may be doing that's not following the commands that God's given us. You know, I mean, and it may not even be you. You may be in a circle with somebody who is committing these specific sins, and because you're allowing that to be introduced, because you're what's the word Pastor used yesterday? Because you're allowing little compromises. Those little compromises can lead to big curses, you know? So, God is not the God of confusion and chaos and frustration. So, if you're going through that, I suggest that you take time to, really think about things, to ask God to show you. God, show me in my heart, show me what it is, where I may be misstepping, or who I have in my presence, who I'm allowing, show me where I'm making compromises. Even if it's a little bitty one, show it to me so I can fix it, because I don't want this curse, I want to be right with you, Lord. So I've experienced a lot of chaos and confusion in my life. But in my current state, I can say I have an overwhelming amount of peace. There are things, life happens. Life happens, and things happen with my kids sometimes, and I might be overwhelmed or frustrated, or but I don't worry a whole lot anymore. I really do trust God. I've had my moments where I'm like, well, God, I've been praying about this and you ain't answered my prayer. When you going to show up? But he always shows up. He always shows up. And it might not be exactly when you want it to be. And it might not look how you want it to look like. But he's always going to show up. So I'm just saying, don't allow something you're doing, or something that you may have allowed in your environment, or somebody that you're allowing to be in your prayer. Don't allow small compromises cause you to be cursed. The Lord will afflict you with diseases until none of you are left in the land you're about to enter and occupy. The Lord will strike you with wasting disease, fever, and inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, and with blight and mildew. These disasters will pursue you until you die. The skies above will be as unyielding as bronze, and the earth beneath will be as hard as iron. The Lord will change the rain that falls on your land into powder, and dust will pour down from the sky until you are destroyed. The Lord will cause you to be defeated by your enemies. You will attack your enemies from one direction, but you will scatter them. No. But you will scatter from them in 7. You will be an object of horror to all the kingdoms of the earth. Your corpses will be food for all the scavenging birds and wild animals, and no one will be there to chase them away. The Lord will afflict you with the boils of Egypt and with tumors, scurvy, and the itch from which you cannot be cured. The Lord will strike you with madness, blindness, and panic. You will grope around in broad daylight like a blind person groping in the darkness, but you will not find your way. You will be oppressed and robbed continually, and no one will come to save you. You will be engaged to a woman, but another man will sleep with her. You will build a house, but someone else will live in it. You will plant a vineyard, but you will never enjoy its fruit. Your ox will be butchered before your eyes, but you will not eat a single bite of meat. Your donkey will be taken from you, never to be returned. Your sheep and goats will be given to your enemies, and no one will be there to help you. You will watch as your sons and daughters are taken away as slaves. Your heart will break for them, but you won't be able to help them. A foreign nation you have never heard about will eat the crops you worked so hard to grow. You will suffer under constant oppression and harsh treatment. You will go mad because of all the tragedy you see around you. The Lord will cover your knees and legs with incurable boils. In fact, you'll be covered from head to foot. Man, God ain't playing. I'm just saying, like, he is not playing about, like, look, you gonna follow my commandments. Because, look, I'm gonna bring complete, total wrath on you. I'm gonna make you miserable. That's what he's saying. I'm going to make you miserable if you don't follow me. I mean, you got the choice. You got the choice. But you ain't going to like it if you choose wrong. I mean, real talk. Because all that just sounded like, whoa, pretty rough. That's why I got a healthy fear of God. The Lord will exile you and your king to a nation unknown to you and your ancestors. There in exile, you'll worship gods of wood and stone. You'll become an object of horror, ridicule, and mockery among all the nations to which the Lord sends you. You will plant much, but harvest little, for locusts will eat your crops. You will plant vineyards and care for them, but you will not drink the wine or eat the grapes, for worms will destroy the vines. You will grow olive trees throughout your land, but you will never use the olive oil, for the fruit will drop before it ripens. You will have sons and daughters, but you will lose them, for they will be led away into captivity. Swarms of insects will destroy your trees and crops. The foreigners living among you will become stronger and stronger, while you become weaker and weaker. They will lend money to you, but you will not lend to them. They will be the head, and you will be the tail. If you refuse to listen to the Lord your God and obey the commands and decrees he's given you, all these curses will pursue and overtake you until you are destroyed. These horrors will serve as a sign and warning among you and your descendants forever. If you do not serve the Lord your God with joy and enthusiasm for the abundant benefits you've received, you will serve your enemies from the Lord. You will serve your enemies whom the Lord will send against you. You will be left hungry, thirsty, naked, and lacking in everything. The Lord will put an iron yoke on your neck, oppressing you harshly until he has destroyed you. The Lord will bring a distant nation against you from the end of the earth, and it will swoop down on you like a vulture. It's a nation whose language you don't even understand. That's not what it says. It says it's a nation whose language you do not understand. A fierce and heartless nation that shows no respect for the old and no pity for the young. Its armies will devour your livestock and crops, and you will be destroyed. They will leave you no grain, new wine, olive oil, calves, or lambs, and you will starve to death. They will attack your cities until all the fortified walls in your land, the walls you trusted to protect you, are knocked down. They will attack all the towns in the land the Lord your God has given you. The siege and terrible distress of the enemy's attack will be so severe that you will eat the flesh of your own sons and daughters whom the Lord your God has given you. The most tender-hearted man among you will have no compassion for his own brother, his beloved wife, and his surviving children. He will refuse to share with them the flesh he is devouring, the flesh of one of his own children, because he has nothing else to eat during the siege and terrible distress that your enemy will inflict on all your towns. The most tender and delicate woman among you, so delicate toward the husband she loves and toward her own son or daughter, she will hide from them the afterbirth and the new baby she has born, so that she herself can secretly eat them. She will have nothing else to eat during the siege and terrible distress that your enemy will inflict on all your towns. Goodness gracious. Woo! If you refuse to obey all the words of instruction that are written in this book, and if you do not fear the glorious and awesome name of the Lord your God, then the Lord will overwhelm you and your children with indescribable plagues. These plagues will be intense and without relief, making you miserable and unbearably sick. He will affect you with all the disease of Egypt that you feared so much, and you will have no relief. The Lord will afflict you with every sickness and plague there is, even those not mentioned in this book of instruction, until you are destroyed. Though you become as numerous as the stars in the sky, few of you will be left because you would not listen to the Lord your God. Just as the Lord has found great pleasure in causing you to prosper and multiply, the Lord will find pleasure in destroying you, and you will be torn from the land you're about to enter and occupy. For the Lord will scatter you among all the nations, from one end of the earth to the other. There you will worship foreign gods that neither you nor your ancestors have known, gods made of wood and stone. There among those nations you will find no peace or place to rest, and the Lord will cause your heart to tremble, your eyesight to fail, and your soul to despair. Your life will constantly hang in the balance. You will live night and day in fear, unsure if you will survive. In the morning you will say, if only it were night. And in the evening you will say, if only it were morning. For you will be terrified by the awful horrors you see around you. Then the Lord will send you back to Egypt in ships, to a destination I promised you would never see again. There you will offer to sell yourselves to your enemies as slaves, but no one will buy you. Goodness gracious. Boy, God ain't doing no playing. Ooh, goodness gracious. I love the Bible. I love the Bible, man, but it gets real. It's real, real, real. I'm sorry, these rainy days make me yawning. Y'all forgive me. Show me mercy. Okay, 29. These are the terms of the covenant the Lord commanded Moses to make with the Israelites while they were in the land of Moab, in addition to the covenant he had made with them at Mount Sinai. Moses summoned all the Israelites and said to them, you have seen with your own eyes everything the Lord did in the land of Egypt, to Pharaoh and to all his servants and to his whole country. All the great tests of strength and miraculous signs and the amazing wonders. But to this day the Lord has not given you minds that understand, nor eyes that see, nor ears that hear. For 40 years I led you through the wilderness, yet your clothes and sandals did not wear out. You ate no bread and drank no wine or other alcoholic drink, but he provided for you so you would know that he is the Lord your God. When we came here, King Sihon of Heshbon and King Og of Bashan came out to fight against us, but we defeated them. We took their land and gave it to the tribes of Reuben and Gad and to the half-tribe of Manasseh as their grant of land. Therefore, obey the terms of this covenant so that you will prosper in everything you do. All of you. tribal leaders, elders, officers, all the men of Israel are standing today in the presence of the Lord your God. Your little ones and your wives are with you, as well as foreigners living among you, who chop your wood and carry your water. You are standing here today to enter into the covenant of the Lord your God. The Lord is making this covenant, including the curses. By entering into the covenant today, He will establish you as His people and confirm that He is your God, just as He promised you and as He swore to your ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But you are not the only ones with whom I am making this covenant with its curses. I am making this covenant both with you who stand here today in the presence of the Lord our God, and also with the future generations who are not standing here today. You remember how we lived in the land of Egypt? And how we traveled through the lands of enemy nations as we left? You have seen their detestable practices and their idols made of wood, stone, silver, and gold. I'm making this covenant with you so that no one among you, no man, woman, clan, or tribe will turn away from the Lord your God and worship these gods of other nations, and so that no root among you bears bitter and poisonous fruit. Those who hear the warnings of this curse should not congratulate themselves, thinking I'm safe, even though I'm following the desires of my own stubborn heart. This would lead to utter ruin. The Lord will never pardon such people. Instead, His anger and jealousy will burn against them. All the curses written in this book will come down on them, and the Lord will erase their names from under heaven. The Lord will separate them from all the tribes of Israel, to pour out on them all the curses of the covenant recorded in this book of instruction. Then the generations to come, both your own descendants and the foreigners who come from distant lands, will see the devastation of the land and the diseases the Lord inflicts on it. They will exclaim, the whole land is devastated by sulfur and salt. It's a wasteland with nothing planted and nothing growing, not even a blade of grass. It is like the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, which the Lord destroyed in His intense anger. And all the surrounding nations will ask, why has the Lord done that? I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I apologize. Excuse me. And all the surrounding nations will ask, why has the Lord done this to this land? Why was He so angry? And the answer will be, this happened because the people of the land abandoned the covenant that the Lord, the God of their ancestors, made with them when He brought them out of the land of Egypt. Instead, they turned away to serve and worship gods they had not known before, gods that were not from the Lord. That is why the Lord's anger has burned against this land. I can't stop yawning. It's this rain, I'm telling y'all. It's this rain. This rain got me like, That's why the Lord's anger has burned against this land, bringing down on it every curse recorded in this book. Excuse me. Don't be... My son's dog knocked down my circle. So, yeah, I'm back. I apologize. It happens from time to time. Where was I at? That's why the Lord's anger has burned against this land, bringing down on it every curse recorded in this book. In great anger and fury, the Lord uprooted His people from their land and banished them to another land where they still live today. The Lord our God has secrets known to no one. We are not accountable for them, but we and our children are accountable forever for all that He has revealed to us, so that we may obey all the terms of these instructions. In other words, you know the rules. If you break them, you're accountable for your own choices. Like, you can't be held accountable for something you didn't know. But if you knew better, you'll do better. So now that you know better, He expects you to do better. Like, there ain't no in between. You either gonna do right or you gonna do wrong. You know? And that's pretty much what this is saying. Like, look, you gonna follow these rules or I'm gonna curse you and you gonna die. You gonna follow these rules or you gonna get cast into that fiery pit of burning sulfur. I'm absolutely not interested in being cast into the fiery burning sulfur. That does not sound fun to me. I don't like heat. I'm allergic to sulfur. You know, no, I don't. And gnashing of teeth, doesn't that just sound terrible? I don't want to go there. So I'm trying my best to keep myself from going there. Anyway, that's all in Deuteronomy today. We'll pick up tomorrow with Deuteronomy 30, 31. We only got 2 days left of Deuteronomy, and then we'll be starting Joshua. It's all crunk after this. Like I'm saying right now, when Joshua starts, man, the Bible is lit. Trust that. So now we're going to flip over to Mark chapter 14. We're going to pick up on verse 53, and we're going to finish it out. It's not a whole lot, so if y'all are ready, I'm giving y'all a second. Make sure y'all are there, those of you who are following along. And if you're not, at least you're here listening, right? You're still getting your Bible in today. I'm so proud of y'all. All right. Mark chapter 14, verse 53. So let me just catch y'all up real quick, okay? Judas just betrayed Jesus into the hands of the Roman soldiers. So, you know, that's where we're at. That just happened. So now we are continuing with the story. Jesus told Peter, as sure as the rooster, that Jesus told Peter that he would deny him 3 times before the rooster crowed twice. Judas betrayed Jesus, and now they have captured Jesus and are leading him off. All right, 53. They took Jesus to the high priest's home, where the leading priests, the elders, and the teachers of religious law had gathered. Meanwhile, Peter followed him at a distance and went right into the high priest's courtyard. There he sat with the guards, warming himself by the fire. Inside, the leading priest and the entire high council were trying to find evidence against Jesus so they could put him to death, but they couldn't find any. Many false witnesses spoke against him, but they contradicted each other. Finally, some men stood up and gave this false testimony. We heard him say, "I will destroy this temple made with human hands, and in 3 days I will build another made without human hands." But even then, they didn't get their story straight. Then the high priest stood up before the others and asked Jesus, "Well, aren't you going to answer for these charges? What do you have to say for yourself?" But Jesus was silent and made no reply. Then the high priest asked him, "Are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One?" Jesus said, "I am. And you will see the Son of Man seated in the place of power at God's right hand, and coming on the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothing to show his horror and said, "Why do we need other witnesses? You have all heard his blasphemy. What is your verdict?" "Guilty," they all cried. "He deserves to die." This part just breaks my heart, man. You know, he went through all this for us. He wasn't guilty of anything. And he absolutely did not deserve to die. It just makes me emotional. I'm sorry. If y'all see me shed a few tears, it's because this really just touches me every time. Like, you know, he goes through all this for us, for me. I'm so undeserving of what he experienced, and yet he did all this. He suffers all these horrible things for me, for you. Thank you, Jesus. Then some of them began to spit at him, and they blindfolded him and beat him with their fists. Prophesy to us, they jeered. And the guards slapped him as they took him away. Meanwhile, Peter was in the courtyard below. One of the servant girls who worked for the high priest came by and noticed Peter warming himself at the fire. She looked at him closely and said, "You were one of those with Jesus of Nazareth." I'm sorry, y'all. I just get really emotional because, you know, he paid a debt he didn't owe, and we owed a debt we couldn't pay, and he paid our debt with his life. And like, I'm sorry, but just knowing how he was done, like being spit on, that is like a horrible display. Like, that's like so humiliating. I've been spit on before. That's so humiliating and degrading, and just knowing that they did that to our Lord and Savior. What's worse is that the sinner that I was before I got saved, like, it could have just as easily been me spitting on him. And every time we go back to that same thing, that thing that he drew us out of, every time we go back, it's like spitting in his face. It's like we're the ones that blindfolded him, and it's like we're throwing the punches, you know? It just breaks my heart. It just makes me want to follow him better, you know? I don't want to keep shooting slugs. I don't want to keep spitting on him. I don't want to keep, you know, slapping him or beating him. I don't want to do that. I just want to live a righteous life. And I pray for you guys that y'all feel the same way. But it just breaks my heart how he was done, and just to know that it was done by people just like me. None of us deserve what he went through for us. None of us. None of us are worthy. And yet he did this for us anyway. Why would we not serve him? Why would we not? He's the only one, you know, that deserves our praise. 68. But Peter denied it. "I don't know what you're talking about," he said. And he went out into the entryway. Just then a rooster crowed. When the servant girl saw him standing there, she began telling the others, "This man is definitely one of them." But Peter denied it again. A little later, some of the other bystanders confronted Peter and said, "You must be one of them, because you are a Galilean." Peter swore, "A curse on me if I'm lying. I don't know this man you're talking about." And immediately the rooster crowed a second time. Suddenly Jesus' words flashed through Peter's mind. "Before the rooster crows twice, you will deny 3 times that you even know me." And he broke down and wept. That's all over here for today. It's gonna be an emotional roller coaster for the next at least 2 days. I just want y'all to know that, like, the crucifixion and resurrection and everything leading up to it, they just really wreck me. Like, just knowing the price that Jesus paid for us. While we were yet sinners, he died for us, but he didn't just die. He was humiliated, degraded. He was tortured. He was beaten. He was spit on. Like, all that for us. He did that for us while we were still sinners. He loved us so much. How could we not love him back? Thank you, Lord Jesus. I just get emotional when we're reading. Like, I swear, every time I read this part in all the first 4 books of the New Testament, it just is a reminder to me of, like, how much God really does, like, He loves us. Anyways, I'm gonna if you want to see a change, you have to be the change. We lead by example, we follow by design. If you want to be better, if you don't want to keep spitting on Jesus, then change. If you don't want to keep humiliating Him, then change. If you want to be the example for your kids, then change that thing that has you spitting on Jesus so your kids don't spit on Jesus too. Don't keep throwing your fist at Him, man. Lead by example. We follow by design. Be someone who's worth following. Because Jesus deserves that. He deserves so much more than what we give Him. So if you're claiming you're a leader, and if that's what you feel like God's put you into, then be a leader. Lead by example. Set the bar high. Show people how to stop spitting on Jesus. If it ain't a God thing, it ain't a good thing, y'all. So serious. I pray that y'all have a blessed and wonderful rest of the day. Anybody who's out on the road, I pray for your safety. Y'all, please continue to lift me up in prayer. I've got some things going on, and I know God's working them out. I trust His process, even if I don't understand it. And that's where we need to be. I know I'm going through this storm, but on the other side of it, I know there's going to be sunshine and rainbows. He didn't bring me this far to leave me here, and I trust Him. I pray that you guys do the same. So as y'all continue the rest of your day, man, give Jesus some praise and glory. Like, man, spend some time with Him. I just want to encourage y'all to spend time with Jesus. Talk to Him. Tell Him thank you, man. He deserves our praise. Tell Him thank you. Remember that every time you're about to step into that sin, that one sin that you're just having such a hard time letting go of, just think about it as like, I'm about to spit on Jesus. We have to do better. We have to do better. I mean me too. I have to do better. I love y'all, and I encourage y'all to love like Jesus. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.